Welcome to Worldview India, President Obasanjo. Sir, in this whole debate of a multipolar world or a unipolar world, what sense did you get from your Indian interlocutors?
The reality today is that we have a world which is a village, but where you have one village head. We will want to see a world which is a village, which is run by a council of the village. And that is the sense I get here. We will need to do some work to impress on the sole village head, to convince the sole village head that it is in the best interest of the village and the village head that the village affairs should be run by a council rather than a sole village head.
So we've heard a great deal about the stand and firm stand you took apparently at Durban in favor of democracies. Now, since it was all closed door, what is it? What was your stand? What did you say there?
Well, I believe that the Commonwealth must make itself relevant in the new century, in the new millennium. And I believe that the relevance of the Commonwealth reached its apex in the case of South Africa itself, when the Commonwealth has the wisdom and the courage to establish what was called Eminent Persons Group. And that group came up with a definite report to say the South African government will not move. And if South African government will not move, there must be sanction. That was sold all over the world. I believe it is clear to my own mind what should be the direction for the Commonwealth in the 21st century. It should be uncompromising stand for democracy. When Nigeria became delinquent in a way, the Commonwealth stood firm.
You were talking about the situation in Pakistan.
Yes. Yes.
And now, what has been the progress since? The CMAG, Commonwealth Ministerial Action Group, was supposed to go and study and see whether democratization is progressing and proceeding. What feedback do you get? Is CMAG active at all, or has the Commonwealth changed its mind?
I don't believe the Commonwealth has changed its mind. I believe the CMAG is active. I think there were certain things that the CMAG was supposed to do and report back. On reporting back, for the Commonwealth leaders to be able to take certain action.
You have evidence that they are active? They have been to Pakistan?
They are making contact. They are making contact with the authorities in Pakistan.
But telephonically, or are they going there?
They are making contact with, they have gone and they are getting a report. We are getting.
What report are you getting?
The report we are getting is that there is not yet enough move towards democracy.
You were so firm in Durban. Are you going to take the lead in this regard now?
I've never shied away from when decisions, no matter how hard they are.
The reason I ask, sir, is because recently the British Chief of Staff, Army Chief of Staff, he was in Pakistan. So in other words, there is a sort of a backdoor tendency towards business as usual. Does that worry you?
No, I don't see it that way. The British are said to be fairly masters of diplomacy, and I think they may be sending a dog to catch a dog. That is a possibility. The leaders in Pakistan are military, and they probably think that, well, look, maybe military will understand the language of the military.
So in your banquet speech, you referred to nuclear India. Do you think that a lot of developing countries in the world are seeing the nuclearization of India in this very positive light?
Well, I refer to nuclear India, that's a reality. That India had to show what it's capable of achieving and doing is also a reality and necessary. But when you have shown what you are capable of doing and achieving, where do you go from there? I think that's what will matter to me, rather than the fact that India is is technologically and scientifically a nuclear nation.
So does it not fit in with your theme of a multipolar world?
Yes and no. Nuclear power is not the issue of my own theme of my own theme of multipolar world. I will rather want to see a multipolar world in a different form of leadership. But if nuclear power comes into it, I will not, because of that, throw it away. But it will not be a must.
So every country that if you go to a foreign country to study, there's some dominant characteristic that leaves an impact on you. When you came to India for your military training, what was that dominant something that left its imprint on you?
Three things. I was particularly impressed by the democracy of India. I was particularly impressed by the self-reliance in the economic development of India. I was particularly impressed by, as a military man, by the military ability of India. Those three things left indelible mark on me. And of course, it also affected me as I lived the rest of my life.
Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you very much.